Are you about to move to the farm for the first time? Are you within your first 12 months, 2 years of being on the land? Are you still trying to work out how to network, how to meet your people, and how to transition from maybe your city life or town life onto the farm? Today, we're going to be talking with Georgie. Georgie is in her first 12 months of being on the farm, and she will be sharing her tips, tricks, advice, and story on her transition and how she has made a difference in addressing these questions. Let's get into today's episode. Hi, and welcome to the farm. Today we're talking with Georgie and we're learning all about You've Married a Farmer, Now What? Welcome, Georgie.
Thank you so much for having me. Super excited to be here.
Excellent. A bit about yourself, your farm, and your family.
Yeah, no worries. So my name's Georgie Cavanagh, and I am my farm, well, not my farm, but definitely my partner's farm is Baruga, and so it's in Narromine in New South Wales, so about 5.5 hours from Sydney. And my family, I'm actually expecting, I'm pregnant and due next week, actually. I'm not sure when this is going live, but due in Feb. And also my partner is Curtis. He's got a lovely family here with Sybil and John and Matt and Emma. And then my beautiful family are spread all around the world. So I am a city girl, even though lots of people have always kind of said, Georgie, you definitely are from the country. And I said, well, I'm not. I'm from South Yarra in Melbourne, Victoria. You can't get more city than that. But I think I will have always had a love for the country. And so like I said, deep down, a country girl. I did go to boarding school, so at Geelong Grammar. So for those of you that don't know, it's kind of a great school, but really people from all walks of life. So city, international, but really a lot of farm kids there. And so it was amazing. We spent kind of a different, my whole childhood going to different farms. So officially, no, I'm from the city, but I think deep down I am a farm girl, and now I officially am a farm girl. I met Curtis a little while ago, not too long ago, through mutual friends. So he spent a number of years living in Sydney and, at Sydney University and playing rugby down here, and we had a lot of mutual friends. So we met that way, and here I am now living on his farm.
So, Georgie, tell me a little bit about the farm and your initial introduction to it.
Yes. So, for those of you that don't know Narromine, it's about an hour and a half or a bit more past Orange. So, obviously, Orange, New South Wales has had that boom, and a lot of city slickers have moved there. So Narromine's just that bit further. I suppose I'm learning it. They call it the Central West. So now I live in the Central West. It is a farm. It's called Baruga. It's mainly with Wagyu cattle and also Angus, and then they also do crops as well. And there's a few other other family farms in the area, but essentially there's Baruga, and the cattle is on different properties as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So how long have you been on Baruga now, Georgie?
I moved up last year, so maybe kind of on and off all of last year. So yeah, haven't kind of spent a full year yet, but definitely back and forth, and spending a bit of time. But now definitely the last few months I've been here full time, and obviously with a baby on the way this month, even more full time. So really settled in now and kind of calling it home.
Yeah, absolutely. A great time to reflect on your first 12 months of marrying your farmer and being on the farm. So tell me one of the biggest hurdles that you had to overcome moving to the farm.
I don't know if it was a hurdle, but the main thing is like I was so excited, like I still am. I kind of, and everyone's like, "Oh, you look so happy," and I think a hurdle. I was trying to have a think about what a hurdle would be. I'm a big foodie, so definitely moving from Rose Bay in Sydney, where there's kind of all different types of foods right at your doorstep. That was probably my number one if you had to have one. But I think then with that comes a different change, because it's amazing how many great food outlets there are here, and it's just a different way. Might not be the number of different outlets, but they really have everything that you would need. And also then it gives me time as well to really, I love cooking, so kind of thinking, okay, they might not have all the food outlets, but that's actually a good way to change your brain and make you want to enjoy cooking and spending those days at the farm. So that's probably the biggest hurdle, if anything.
Yeah. My cookbook pile has definitely probably increased by 5. Like I've got 2 full bookshelves worth of cookbooks that I've accumulated over 10 years, because that was one of mine as well. So I'm from Orange originally, so very much that food, wine, fine dining culture, and then moving on to a farm and into a community where it's slowly catching up, but it's not quite there.
Yeah, no, it makes you realize, like, especially in Narromine, there's a great cafe, or great building actually, a central hub called Soul Food, and I couldn't believe it. I just thought there were other little smaller places. I didn't know about this place until, I don't know, maybe a month into kind of coming up and back and forth. And I said to Curtis, "Oh my goodness, I can't believe you've never. How did you just show me this place? How have I not known it?" And I put it on social media, and friends were like, "Oh wow, where is that?" And yeah, I so enjoy going there now. So I think it's those simple pleasures. There are some really cool places as well. You just have to kind of get out about it and find them.
Let's take a break in today's episode to give a shout out to one of the supportive links in today's episode, the Thermomix TM6. Cook smarter, not harder, with the Thermomix TM6 and Cookie Do subscription. This is the Thermomix exclusive recipe library with access to thousands of step-by-step recipes on the screen of your new Thermomix. Experience features such as menu planning and inspiration for food ideas, plus the freedom of cooking for your family and making their favourites hassle-free. The TM6 is your second hand on the kitchen, replacing over 20 different appliances in chopping, blending, whipping, weighing, milling, kneading, mincing, searing, surveying, and much, much more. To find out more about the TM6, click the link in the description below. If you are also looking for a side income and are wanting to try the Thermomix for yourself, as well as selling it to friends and family, please also click the link below and send myself, Katja Williams, a message saying Thermomix TM6 now. Now let's get back to today's episode. Georgie, you mentioned just then the time that it takes to travel places. How are you finding that, being out here, on a farm in Narromine, rather than, everything being at your fingertips?
It's funny, some days I don't actually leave the property. I think 4 days went past the other day, and I thought, oh gosh, I have not actually left this place for 4 days, because some people might say, oh, do you get lonely, or you feel very remote? And for me, I say, no, actually, I actually am busier than if I was in the city. And I just, the travel, I think I've just learned now, I don't want to always be on the go and back and forth and back and forth. So now when I go into town, and it's not that, I mean, for us, Narromine's maybe 15 minutes or so, which is pretty lucky. And then, Dubbo, there's obviously further, and then other towns obviously further. But for kind of your day to day going into town, I try to now be organized, write a big shopping list or think, okay, what else can I do when I'm in town, and put them all together rather than back and forth, back and forth. Yeah, because I've realized it is a bit of a journey. But then you just think of other things that, you can do in the car, maybe enjoy singing or whatever it might be, and kind of use that time as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And Georgie, reflecting on your last 12 months of moving and settling into the farm, how have you felt? Have you felt an identity shift or a personality shift or anything like that? Or it's really just felt like home and you've made the best of everything?
Yeah, I'm quite surprised how it really does just feel like home. I think that definitely is because Curtis's family are just so incredible. They've really introduced me to people. It's just so good knowing that they're here. And so that has helped enormously. I don't know how you do it without that. I think then it would be very hard. But for me, that has been a huge help. Yeah, I'm just so happy, I suppose. I just want to tell everyone about how good, living in the country is, because I'm just so at peace, I suppose, as opposed to when you're in the city, you're just running off nothing and just running from place to place, and there's so many people. And I will always love the city, and yeah, it's not like a Sydney versus Melbourne thing, where people compare different towns like that. It's not anything like that. It's just for this stage of my life and for now, I'm so excited. So it has actually just felt like home. And even I was thinking the supermarket the other day, and I bumped into someone and I thought, oh gosh, I definitely know I'm not a local for another 30 years. But that was pretty cool that I was like, oh, I actually now starting to, and just some of the amazing ladies that made, obviously this is why you started that, but there's some amazing ladies that have married different farmers or just kind of living in the town. And so I've been, having different coffee dates with them and learning about them. And I just think, oh, how cool that they're living here as well. And they're just so open and so friendly and anything that I need. Yeah, so it definitely feels like home. And yeah, I really haven't stopped since I've been here. So
it's so great to hear that you're surrounding yourself with such a beautiful community and really making those network connections, which will have already shown to have really helped in this first 12 months, but will also carry on to, your next 30 years on farm. So that's amazing to hear. When you're talking about, meeting these other farmers' wives and talking to them, was there certain bits of advice or tips and tricks that they gave you where you thought, yes, I can use that, or I hadn't thought about that?
Yes, they did tell me all about the mice plague that I missed years ago. So it was just thinking, or the dust storms, or just different things, how they got through that. So I haven't been through that, like touch wood, but it was interesting, hearing their stories on those kind of things that do happen. And so I still don't know how actually I would handle that going forward. Definitely not the mice. We've got so many cats that I keep saying, oh God, we've just got so many cats, and I don't know why, but it's those little things. And as Curtis says, Georgie, you weren't here for when the mice plague was here. You'll be thankful, for these cats. They're helping. And so then it actually made me think, oh wow, okay, you've got to change your thinking, from having lots of cats, but it's part of the country and it's part of what they're trying to do and help you. So the ladies, they were just giving me advice on those kind of things. But then it's really good, and they were talking about, schools and things like that. Obviously, that's a little while away from me and for us, and with the baby in the way. But yeah, it's good to, I think they will be great for those kind of conversations. Also, just little things, hey, there's a golf day on this Friday, or come and meet people. So it's very energizing talking to them.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I do want to go back onto the farm a little bit, because you mentioned that you're there with your husband and his family. They're working alongside each other on the farm. So What sort of involvement have you had with the farm so far?
I've got my own business, so it's called Carlotta and G, which is a French linen bedding brand, and we've grown a lot. So yeah, my business is pretty full on. So I do help as much as I can. I think the first stage was kind of getting up here and getting settled. I've done things. I've helped out. They do a lot of like mustering with the cattle. So I remember I've helped out a few times, mustering, but obviously I don't completely know what I'm doing, but they're fantastic. And so we have, Sybil on her amazing horse. We have, Kurt's dad and Curtis on the motorbikes. And then so my role is in the car. And so they'll just say, okay, Georgie, just follow behind us. But I'm more interested in filming the content and, showing my friends, because I think I'm on an R.M. Williams catalogue, like if you can see where we were, and this was often on a Sunday morning, and I just think how different a Sunday morning this is to in the city.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've definitely helped out with, mustering. I was helping with the sheep the other day, kind of mustering them. What else? I helped move a bull the other day. I was just in the car, but it's kind of, I think I definitely will help out a lot more, but I think in this initial stage, it's just been so much to kind of keep going with my business, and then also being pregnant, and then moving up. So definitely helped a little bit where I can, but I think like that will, when I can do more, I definitely will, but definitely helped a little bit. Yeah. But Curtis went during harvest. He's saying, oh, okay, do you want to help me now on the header? And I was like, yep, sure, show me what to do. So I'm eager to learn. I haven't done too much yet.
Really immersing yourself in that really beautiful, smooth transition into country life, but you're energetic, you're giving it a go and experiencing like quite a few different enterprises of the farm and the agriculture industry. So I absolutely love that. And I think that is in itself some really nice advice for the listeners of the podcast and the YouTube channel, in that to be involved, you've got to get involved, and to be included, you need to show up, and you need to be there, even if you're feeling nervous, or even if you haven't done it before, even if it's from, an observation or pushing the mob up from behind. Like, I love that so much.
Yeah, it's very different, and I just can't, but it's pretty great to actually see. Yeah, I think if you haven't been there, and like then when you're actually there and you can see that day to day, or working till midnight, or those early mornings, or it's pretty amazing. Like, it's such hard work, but it's so rewarding as well, because you can really be kind of focused on the task, I suppose, and kind of break it down, especially with their farm. There's a few different avenues. So yeah, and just even learning about all the machinery and all the things that you need, and then things break down, and then I just really didn't realize, I suppose, how much there was every day. Like, it's just so different.
Yeah, so different. Things about being on farm is you never really know what you're going to do that day, but you're going to be busy.
It's been amazing, and the time has just kind of flown by, and so it's been great kind of meeting the locals, but also just really immersing myself on the farm as well.
Yeah. And Georgie, have you spoken, with your husband and your family about the changes to the farming operation and to your role as you grow your family and as you introduce, your bub to the farm in the next couple of weeks?
No, we haven't gone into kind of, complete detail. I think it's been just more just getting me up here and kind of getting settled. And I think there will be some, really exciting plans and everything. But kind of for now, we were kind of getting, the house all kind of baby ready, and that's been like a big focus. And then I suppose, once we're kind of settled with the baby, then it will be working out, okay, what does the future look like? And everyone's like, will be really great to sit down and talk and go through all of that and work out what we all want. And that will be like a really exciting kind of time as well. I think at the start it's just getting me here and getting set up and everything, and then looking forward after that.
And so, you've moved into the house, you're getting set up. What did that look like for you? Did you initially move into the main homestead, or are you in, the workers' cottage or the secondary dwelling?
Yep, we're in the main house. On the house, so the house was Curtis's grandparents, and they obviously passed away. And then, now it's his parents. His parents have a house in town and also another farm. So, for a while it was just Curtis there, and so it was a bit of a bachelor pad. So that's been really fun as well, kind of, transforming it into a home. And I think his mum has enjoyed seeing that happen as well. And so we're in the main home, which was his grandparents' home. So then that feels really lovely as well, because I obviously didn't meet them, but they were such lovely people, and everyone says amazing things about them. So it's special to now bring in like the new generation, I suppose, into that home.
Where your business of the French linen also comes in, adding those beautiful touches to the home.
Yeah, exactly. So we've all the beds have got colour and G linen. We actually have so many of the amazing farms around here. People already were buying our linen, which is pretty exciting, and especially two of the stores, which are in different local towns here, they had already contacted us. Like, this is well before I was even here, or even anything to do with Curtis. So it's pretty exciting to now be like, oh wow, we've spoken like 2 years ago, whatever it might be, and now I'm here, and they're really great locations. Now they're stocking us. But then it's exciting I've thought, even though we're in this house now, like in the future, it might be great. I would love to build a barn or something, and so then I think it's really interesting. You get here and you learn, and like, what is the now, and then it's good to always have your dream for the future, because you are here now. So at least it's a good, you can get set up, and then it's nice to have those kind of dreams of country life and what you want, but then just to kind of get set in now.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Georgie, that's probably the end of my official questions for today's interview, but did you have any other tips, tricks, advice, or anything that you would like to give to the rural mum community when they marry their farmer, or now they've married their farmer and moved to the farm?
Yeah, I think it's good to have a positive attitude, definitely, because I definitely like hearing all the stories. I know it's definitely not all glitz and glamour and highs, and now I definitely can appreciate that. Like, so I think the main thing would just to know that, just be real, I suppose. Like, it is a very just real, everyone's just doing their thing here. Everyone's so supportive. That's the main thing. And just be easy on yourself, because it is different. There's the elements, it's very hot here. And then, I know it gets cold here because I've been here in the winter. So it's just kind of taking it day by day, or really taking it like season by season. And I think still connecting, like making the country home, but then remembering all your friends from everywhere, because they're so excited. And now with technology and everything, you can be, it's amazing. And especially with the flights and everything here, rather than always flying, we have 3 different airports that within, I think, a 2-hour radius. So you could be in Broome in, a couple of hours from here, or whatever it might be. So I think that's the biggest thing, is really you're on the farm, but it's just another location rather than living in the city. It's,
Yeah, absolutely. That's perfect.
Yeah, no, but it's exciting, and it just everyone just keeps saying, I can't believe, Georgie, this has happened, because it's like, this is your dream, and now it's happened, and it's like you were, always destined to be on a farm or with a farmer, and, now it's like a reality. So that's the kind of funny thing that I actually can't believe that it actually has happened now, and I keep thinking of all the things, I wish I want to have chickens or a chocolate Labrador, then you start imagining all these things, and I think they will happen. But I think now, when you're actually here, you're like, okay, let's just focus on what we have to do for today, and then we can get the chickens later, or we can do those kind of things later. But you realize how quickly like another day goes by and another day. Yes, but hopefully I'll eventually get those chickens.
Yeah, the shopping list changes a little bit when you get out here because you've got the space. It's more like, now do I have the time?
Yeah, so but yeah, mainly it's just pretty exciting to kind of think, what's the future, and but to actually can't believe that I'm actually here, and just the main thing is just I want to tell lots of my friends and family and all about it, because they can see how happy I am, and other people can kind of be happy, and so definitely consider meeting your farmer.
Thank you everyone for joining Georgie and I in this chat of You've Married a Farmer, Now What? I hope that you have picked up some tips, tricks, hacks and advice along the way that will help you move to the farm for the first time. And enjoy hearing from people who have moved to the farm and who have tips, tricks, advice to give to you about making the transition easier and smoother for you. Then please like, subscribe. Also fill out a review or leave a comment below. That will help other people find us and the content that could help them about moving to the farm for the first time. We have also opened up sponsorship places for our social media streams, as well as this podcast and the YouTube channel. If you are a business that enjoys supporting people moving to the farm, the agricultural industry, and especially women on the land, then please get in touch via the website link in the description and show notes below. And I'd love to have a chat to you about coming on as a season or episode sponsor. If you know a rural mum who has experienced moving to the farm for the first time or across multiple farms with advice to share, then please also nominate them via the website link below. Until next time, thanks guys for joining us here on the farm, and we'll see you back here very soon.